Good morning. Welcome to Monday Morning Market Update. I am Jennie Hendricks at Century 21 Prestige Realty. I'm glad you're here. Thanks for showing up and getting all the information that you are going to need for your real estate world this week. We are at episode 25 of the Monday Morning Market Update. So we are having a lot of fun. Let's get you some stats. There are fewer homes, again, on the market this week than there were last week. If you watch or listen to the Monday Morning Market Update, you will not be surprised at this information. We've been steadily kind of keeping track of our inventory for quite a while now. We are at 151 active residential properties on the market. Now, this is not a drastic drop from last week where we had 155. So for a couple of weeks, we dropped quite significantly. But this week, we're down, but not as drastically as we have been in the last few weeks. The median list price is $290,000. Median number of days on the market is 57. Not a lot of change there. We have 252 pending residential transactions, and this is really reflective of what we've been talking about for several weeks. June, our pendings just went crazy. So last week we had 243 pendings with a median list price of $239,900. This week our pendings are up to 252. Median list price of $240,900. So there was some pent-up demand when we all were sort of staying home, and that pent-up demand is starting to show itself in these pending transactions, and I expect that a lot of these are going to start closing in, well, probably today and tomorrow, actually, because there's a lot of stuff that's scheduled to close at the end of June. So title companies are really busy right now for today and tomorrow if you're watching this on Monday. And then into the first couple of weeks of July. And all of the industry projections right now are that this trend is going to continue. All across the country, the market is really hot. And we are not an exception to that. Here locally in Cedar City and Iron County, there's just a lot of transactions going on, a lot of real estate activity. Okay, our 12-month numbers. We have sold 899 residential properties in the last 12 months with a median sales price of $237,500, tracking right where we've been. And on the 6-month numbers, we are still above that 400 number in the number of transactions. So that's, again, tracking where we've been as far as the health of the market, the number of transactions in the market. Median sales price of $237,412 on that, with a median number of days on the market of 89. And that's up just a smidge. And that's just reflective of, things that slowed down just for a little bit during the shutdown in March and April. Okay, I had a really interesting conversation with a good friend of mine who is a local appraiser. And he called and wanted to kind of talk about some statistics. There's sort of an interesting thing happening with the values in the townhome market. And our townhome market here locally is really a great place for first-time home buyers, also a great place for investors. And he has been asked to kind of push the limits on his appraisals. And so we were just kind of visiting about, why is this? Why have those values kind of popped up? And is there a historical trajectory, or is there a historical model for that? So I pulled some statistics, because that's what I do. And looking at 2019, we were right around that $170,000 mark. We were like 162 up to 172 for consistently for the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. So fourth quarter of 2019, we ended up with a median sales price in the townhome market of $170,000. The first quarter of this year, of 2020, we were at $171,950. Not a big change at all. Second quarter, townhome market, the median sales price went to $190,000, a 10% increase from the first quarter of 2020 to the second quarter of 2020. That is significant to have that level of market value increase in that period of time. So why is this? Why did the townhome market all of a sudden jump up so high? Well, there's still some really good values in the townhome market. Like you can still find stuff in the like 150s to 160s. There's a lot of stuff in the 180 range, high 180s. But there's two subdivisions that are brand new that are listed above 200,000. So there's one of them that are kind of in the low twos, and then there's one subdivision of townhomes that's actually popped up to like the 225 range. So that's pulled that median value of these townhomes up. Well, why is that? Why are these townhomes all of a sudden having a higher market value than their neighbors have historically had? Well, it's an interesting question, and it's one that we could really dive deeply into when it comes to market values. With these particular two subdivisions, one of them has a little bit larger lot size. And so if you're not putting as many homes in the same area, your land cost is going to have a little bit more involvement in the market value, if that makes sense. Your land is going to be part of that, the cost of the home. And if you have a larger lot, it's going to have a little bit more value in there. The other kind of piece that I'm seeing is historically townhomes haven't had the same kind of upgrades that you see in like the move up market. But we're starting to see a lot of these townhomes have some really, really cool features in the new construction. So, we're seeing quartz and granite countertops, we're seeing tile, we're seeing, really nice vaulted ceilings, great open floor plans. So there's a lot of different things that go into the value, the market value of these townhomes, and why some of them are priced higher. But it was really an interesting conversation and an interesting kind of dive into why these townhomes are all of a sudden popping up above 200,000. I appreciate you watching today's Monday morning market update. We'll see you soon. I'm Jennie Hendricks at Century 21 Prestige Realty. Have a great week.